I just immediately fell in love with this city. There was just something about it, and I was like, oh, this is what I always wanted. This is what I was looking for, and I didn't even know it, and I was done for. Paris has so much more going on for it, and I think people just try to pin, like, it's the Eiffel Tower, it's baguettes, and people smoking on bicycles. And that's just not the case. It is those things, but it's so much more. My name is Jay Swanson. I'm 39 years old, and I live here in Paris, France. You ready? I did go bankrupt 7 years ago, pretty much to the day that this video is coming out. Let's go. I grew up in Pullman, Washington, a university town in eastern Washington, so close to Idaho that you could hit it with a potato. The downside was that there was nothing to do except party and drink, which is unfortunately what the town is known for, burning itself to the ground occasionally. So I got out. My earliest lessons in money were just go ahead and go into debt. Before I was even 16 or 17, my parents allowed me to take out a line of credit to do the body work on that muscle car, which was $16,000. And so when I moved here in 2017, I was in dire straits. I was a part of a tech startup with some friends, incurred a pretty high level of cost, and things really grew and got out of control. And to make the minimum payments on $85,000 in debt was about $2,100 a month. I was making something in the range of like 23, let's say, $2,000 to $2,300 a month. So it was not a joke to say that as a tour guide, when I was here for the first summer, I was only really eating whatever I got tipped. And it was a very hungry summer. I realized maybe I should stop being so proud and I should do what my friends have been telling me to do and declare bankruptcy back in the United States. I was afraid the French government would catch wind of it and not give me the visa that I wanted, but in reality, the French government has no idea and doesn't care. I'm really grateful that I declared bankruptcy when I did, because it completely changed my life. They end up basically telling all of like the credit card companies, lenders, whoever it is, you can't take this guy's money anymore, and you walk away from it, but it does put a mark on your credit score that lasts for 7 years, and it is a black mark. However, it immediately alleviates whatever debt payments you had going on right there. So the video that I haven't actually started talking about yet is one that I'm not even making, and that's CNBC reached out and asked if they could do a millennial money on me, which is actually really good timing because I've been wanting to talk more about like the creator economy, how I make money, make one of those videos to explain what's going on here, both as a way of saying like this is how you can make it work maybe, and also get into the conversation of like, can we anymore? Are those windows closing? Because I kind of feel like they might be, especially with all the AI stuff that's been going on. Things are kind of nutty. My lifestyle fluctuates a lot. I spend about 60 or 70 euros a week on groceries, and then I eat out much, much less. So I'm spending maybe 50 to 100 bucks a week on eating out. When you flip that and I'm out exploring, shooting, or just working out and about a lot more, I will spend around $1,000 a month on eating out easy, because, I mean, how could you not? It's Paris. Merci, monsieur.
Bonne journée.
Également.
Merci.
Au revoir. So public transportation fluctuates depending on how much I'm riding my bike, but last month I spent just over 90 euros on public transportation. Really would like to keep that closer to 50 or 60 euros a month. So this pie chart illustrates my spending for December 2024. As you can see, my expenses this month were unusually high due to the short-term loans that we had to take out over the Olympics to cover payroll. However, I plan to have this debt paid off completely by March 2025, and my expenses should remain lower the rest of the year. I think a lot of people will ask, especially like, they will phrase it, you're a grown-ass man, why do you live in such a tiny space by yourself? I don't pay rent is the reason why I live in this tiny space. I was lucky enough to find myself a free place to live, basically by volunteering in West Africa for 4 years. The mother of one of the doctors that I worked with had an apartment here in Paris, and she let me use the maid's chamber out of generosity and a little bit of pity. And then I just ended up staying. So this is where I spent all of lockdown, actually. My TV, dog stuff. This is the coffee station that I built to make myself coffee, which I do all the time, obviously. Where I work, my desk with a view of some trees. Where I sit to eat, watch YouTube, read. Major upside So the space is I don't have a toilet in here, which means I don't have to live with my own smells. The major downside is I share it. I have to leave, go down the hall to go to the bathroom. Welcome to the executive toilets. Right or left? I need to go left. See you in a minute. Welcome to my storage unit. This is the storage across the hall, which makes my life so much easier because I can put my fridge here. I got a freezer and then like a toaster oven, and I'm able to store a lot of stuff in here. Originally, this was actually full of my landlady's like old stuff. There's a bunch of empty boxes and things that she allowed me to move out of here, which is really nice. And so now I've got, you know, just ran out. Are you the kind of person that keeps boxes you don't need? Because I do. Usually I don't do this fully clothed, just for the record. So this is my cozy cloud. I sleep up here. I do not turn the light on the ceiling on because it would blind me. And I'm really, really, really lucky that it came together. It's absolutely beyond me that I got this. Healthcare in France is obviously very famous, and it's one of the peak elements of living here. I did end up in the hospital. I had to go to the emergency room because I woke up with abdominal pain so strong that I couldn't breathe. They did the whole song and dance, blood work, tests, ultrasound, everything. No payment, no money exchanged. And then I got a bill in the mail, I think 3 weeks later, a month later, for 19 euros. So, you know, not bad. I wouldn't be surprised if my life looks completely different in a positive way by the end of this year. And I think the other side of it is that I've also learned how to live off of a little and to be really happy with that. Like I'm really, really, really happy with my life because I'm free. And coming here and starting over has been hard. I wouldn't recommend my route for most people because it has definitely been brutal. But for me, it was the cost of freedom. And that freedom is priceless. So even if I'm not making as much money as I probably could doing what I do in the States, I also would never be able to have the lifestyle in the States that I have here. And I have so much of what I could ever want right here.